Good morning, anglers and anglerettes. Welcome to another edition of the G3 Sportsman. Today is actually the opening day of turkey season, and it's been a while since I've missed the opening day, and with good reason. I'm actually editing, about to, or am in the process of editing this show that you are watching now. In a brief little history here, what's been going on. I've been trying to chase white bass, and when I say the word chase, I mean I've been chasing them. I don't know whether I've been early, they've been late, I've been early, whatever else, but you would think something like white bass would be very easy to catch. But for whatever reason in this year, I've had one heck of a time trying to do it. I've decided I'm just going to give up on the old white bass, and I told Wes, my camera guy, I said, find me some white bass and I will shoot the episode. Well, you know what? Within a day, he found some, but also had a little bonus fish going on too. So we're going to head out. He's going to show you the spot. He's going to show you how he's done it. He's the one that's going to be the white bass guy, and I'm just going to sit here with my turkey decoy and edit the rest of this show. So welcome again to the G3 Sportsman and the craziness that it is, and we'll see Wes right out here on the water, and he's going to be catching some white bass along with a nice bonus fish. See you in a bit.
There's one. Walleye. First fish of the day, the walter. Not very bad thing, is it?
Maybe it's 18 inches, we might be able to keep this fish. And that is my favorite eating fish in the river. Scott's even got my net nice and handy right here. Oh, right underneath his GoPro cord. The walleye's ready to be in the net, he looks like. And there he is. Guys, these walleye are in this spot because I've been catching them in here. Not quite as many as I have the whites, but we have been catching a few. So that's a bonus of today's episode, is the walleye. And I'll tell you what, I'm always really glad when I have these gloves on for these walleye too. These white bass as well. Look at that fish. First fish of the day is a walleye. Who wants to thumb it? Put your thumb in there. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. All right, guys, so we're on the James River today here in southwest Missouri. You can see we're fishing some steeper rock banks, and we've been out kind of doing some scouting looking for white bass. And the run the last couple of years has been kind of hit and miss at best. So if you guys are around here, you guys probably understand that, but we're hoping this morning we can find a few. So come along with us, and we're gonna be throwing a jerkbait on our light ACC tackle, and we're hoping to catch a few fish. No reason there shouldn't be some right here. None. People walk up to this bank from where we parked. They'll walk up to this gravel bar and fish all this because it's good water. Gets them away from the crowds a little bit. There he is.
Big fish?
Yeah. Well, we just got, it's a little male, but it's a white bass, guys. So maybe he'll get us started. It's been few and far between so far this morning, but that is a white bass, and they do fight hard. I mean, that thing's probably 14, 15 inch male, maybe not even that. It's like 13 inch. So we're gonna take him, and we're gonna get this thing going. Put him in the boat. All right, guys. There's our first white of the day. I'm talking a little quiet just because we got people around us. I don't want to aggravate them. They're enjoying this peaceful day out here. But this is what we're after. We're after white bass, preferably the big sows. My pliers, of course, are always right over here out of my reach. but we're just throwing a little jerkbait. I just switched colors from the chartreuse I've been catching them on, and got a bite. Just a little guy, little male. Let's see what we can do with that. So we're just switching it up. You know, we're guessing today. We're throwing upriver with the current, we're throwing downriver against it, we're trying different colors, we're trying Kitex. It's one of those days, which I'm sure you guys understand. They're not all just gangbusters. We wish they were, but maybe deep down, it's the struggle we actually love. There he is. It's a walleye, I think. It looks longer. Yeah, it's another walleye, and that may be a keeper. Hey, I will not get mad at catching walleye. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm gonna talk quiet because we've got people around us. And I don't want to be obnoxious. I think we got us an 18-inch walleye here. That is a pretty nice James River walleye right there. Get him in the net. Yes, sir, that'll keep. That is my favorite fish to eat right there, guys. We just went yesterday a couple days ago with Scott. Got us some crappie. And this guy might make us a bonus taco or two here. How about that? Let's put him on the ruler. Nope. 16, 17. Oh yeah, it's 18. Yeah, you're 16 there, there's 17, there's 18, guys. We got us a keeper walleye. Guys, we were kind of drifting back towards the pair of boats behind us. So instead of just running up, I'm gonna troll this jerkbait through this gut up and then drift back down. So instead of just running up, I'm gonna fish my way up. Just like this. Don't need a rod holder. This is my rod holder right here. Feeling the bottom. Coming through a shallow spot. This kind of undulates, like right here you get a little shallower spot and then it dumps into a hole. So I've actually got a few spots back there marked that we don't want to push back too far on, but they were holding some fish. But it's not like you're catching one. There he is. That's why you trolled to your new spots, boys. This feels like a little better fish. Of course, I got a lot of line out. I don't know what we got. It's coming up top. What do we got? Walleye. Walter. Boy, he smoked it too. He's just giving up. Look at him. He's just like, you know what? He's like, I know I'm not a keeper. So go ahead and have at me. He might be, we'll see. We may just troll. What do you think? Should we troll? I mean, that didn't take long, did it? Did not take us long at all to get onto a bite trolling. So let's see. Got the rod in cameraman's face. I just like to make it sporty for him. All right, he's 17. So guys, I gotta be 18. It's our third walleye today. It may just turn into a walleye show. We'll see. Next. There's a fish. That feels like a white. Boy, it's fighting. Maybe it's a little bit of an afternoon thing. The day I found these fish, guys, it was in the afternoon. It was high sun. And this might just be a decent white bass. You're gonna have to forgive me, guys. You can't tell how narrow this side is here coming through. It's a decent white bass, a little bigger than the last one we got. If you can get him over here. All right, another little male. Still no big sows, you know, we all like those bigger ones, but fun bite nonetheless. Get him out of the net, get him unhooked. Hey, Andy's got me wrapped up in my line. Good grief. All right, there he is. All right. It's kind of been a smorgasbord, guys. There's nothing real consistent going on. I feel bad for Scott editing this show just because it's been kind of few and far between, but a couple white bass, a trolling walleye, a couple jerkbaiting walleyes. So it's not a day that I'd be unhappy with by any means. It's not just gangbusters, but we got a long drift left before we get out of here. It's my little boy's birthday, so I'm excited to get home and see him. We were just on the phone with him, so hopefully we can get into a flurry, which happens. Let's see. That was fun. Man, he smoked it. And they get that head shake going too when they bite at those white bass. You just know right away it's a white bass because the way they fight. You know, guys, these fish are coming up from Table Rock Lake to spawn up this river along with the walleye. And this is what normally is one of my smallmouth holes. But those smallmouths start to move up shallow and spawn, and here comes the white bass, here comes the walleye. Both good eating, hard fighting fish. The weather's beautiful. You got red buds blooming along this cliff, and I mean, you've got a 100-foot cliff up here. It's just a great time of year to fish. Every so often you might just hear a turkey gobble, but if you're looking to get out and catch a bunch, it's a great time to come. You know, they come different times every year. This year it's mid-April right now, and this is really the first decent run of white bass I've got into. So could it get better? Did I catch it on the tail end? I don't really know. I think that all just depends on the year and the water flow, but comment below, let us know if the white bass are running in your area, and if you got any tips for me, drop those in there too, because I'd sure appreciate them. But it's been fun. Why couldn't they just not bid on this stretch and we could have just got out of here? The way she's fighting, it's gotta be a bigger sow. All right. Yeah, there's the one we're looking for. It may just be an afternoon thing, by gosh. That is the one we're looking for. If I can get her in the net this time. Nope, I'll knock her off. This net's heavy, it just drags that water. Got her. Gosh, that net's heavy. Now that, my friends, is the ones we're looking for. That is the kind of fish on this river that you want to catch if you come out here. And they got lockjaw. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Scott's trying to do some reels while he does camera work. We got to do double duty as cameraman these days because social medias, but that's a better fish. They're starting to turn on. Scott, you might have to hang in, let your stomach growl a little longer, because I think we can get in some sows here in this afternoon bite. Today I'm using one of my favorite little jerk baits. It's the Megabass 110 Junior Plus One. Plus one means it's a little deeper diving, and the Junior means it's a smaller profile. This color here is called LG Bone. You've got some purple, some silver, and some chartreuse on the belly. I've also been catching them on a chartreuse or yellow-backed one right here. Let me show you this one. This is a good color for them. We call it the bus. But they were wanting this the other day. Today it seems like they want this LG Bone a little better. And if you guys are online, you can get them at modernoutdoortackle.com. We'll ship them out same day. Get them to you in about 2 or 3 days, depending on where you're at. I fish them on loose drag, because I always say you could pick up this jerkbait and just throw it at a fish. It's going to stick in their face. But you can bend these hooks out if you have your drag too tight and you catch a nice one. They will bend out. So fish them on light drag and let those drags scream. There's a fish. It didn't take long. Boy, on this little 6-foot ACC, you want to talk about fun? Be a big sow. He's taking me to the back of the boat now. What do we got? I'm gonna just say catfish, because last time that's what got us. Oh, it's a big sow. It's a big Sally. And let me get my big drag net and try to net this thing, guys. Now you gotta understand, Scott brought me his little dock shooter rod. His excuse was he was gonna take the trash out, and he laid his 6.6, which would have been perfect for this. But hey, all the more fun right here. And this is maybe our biggest fish of the day. Maybe our biggest fish of the day. Out here, kind of grinding, running into some walleye, running into some white bass. I'm gonna hand Scott, he can do double duty, I think. Yep, he can. Lose pressure on her. And you know, we came after these. This is what we came after. But there's walleye in here crashing the show. But these are a lot of fun. I'm trying to pull her up. There she is. Thank you, Scott. All right. It definitely seems to be an afternoon bite, guys. You know, sometimes you got to think about that. The water has warmed up 5 or 6 degrees, and that's been helping, it sure seems, because the morning bite's definitely been slower than what we're seeing in the afternoon. I mean, it's definitely turned on. So, well, Walters and whites. These guys right here, the walleyes did kind of surprise us. We were after the white bass, but hey, I'm never mad when we get into a few walleye in the mix, so I guess we're breaking bad. Well, Walter Whites today. So appreciate you watching. It wasn't just gangbusters, did have to work for them. Beautiful river. These fish are both running up here to spawn. And let me tell you, about as hard a fighting fish as you can catch in this river on that 6.6 ACC. We appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully the white bass are running somewhere near you. Also some bonus walleye out of the Gator Tough 18 CCJ. Just got the brand new sea deck in it. It still smells like sea deck. It smells great. I'm really happy with it. But check out these boats. If you guys are into getting back away from people, you cannot beat a G3 Jet. So thanks for watching. Scott, thanks for letting me co-host today. Come back, watch some more. Please like and subscribe. That really helps us. Share this out there. Comment. That really helps us out. So thanks for watching, guys.